Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu went on national TV to defend himself.
The left is doing this because they know they can't beat us at the ballot box. They simply can't beat us at the ballot box. For 3 years, they have been carrying out a political pursuit against us, an unprecedented hunting expedition with one goal: to topple the right-wing government led by me, and to bring to power the leftist party of Lapid and Gantz.
Netanyahu said the left put enormous pressure on Israel's Attorney General to influence the elections and felt confident he'd be vindicated.
I tell you, the citizens of Israel, this house of cards will collapse. I am absolutely certain of that. I am certain of it 4,000%. I plan on serving you and the state as prime minister for many years.
Netanyahu's main challenger, retired General Benny Gantz, said Netanyahu had to go.
People of Israel, tonight, with the publication of the recommendation of the Attorney General, and in the circumstances this has happened, sitting with Benjamin Netanyahu in the same government is off the table. I call on you, Benjamin Netanyahu, from here tonight, to come to your senses, show responsibility, and resign from your post.
Israel's Attorney General Avihai Mandelblit announced he would indict Netanyahu in 3 ongoing investigations. In the most serious case, Netanyahu is suspected of firing Israel's communications ministry director in exchange for favorable coverage in one of Israel's top news sites.
We are entering uncharted waters. An incumbent prime minister was never indicted in Israel's history as he was still serving as prime minister. From a legal perspective, nothing will change in the immediate term before the decision on the indictment is final. Once the decision is final, there's legal ambiguity on whether the prime minister can remain in office or not.
The indictments also threaten Netanyahu's political future. The current polls are so close that even if Netanyahu's Likud party lost a few seats, it could turn the tide of the upcoming elections. The elections will be held on April 9th. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
We all await the results of the election, but this is definitely a bombshell. Underlying it, here are the 2 major charges. One is that there were 2 or 3 favorable articles put out by a news organization in return for Netanyahu sacking the communications minister. That's supposedly the most serious. And Netanyahu said, in the avalanche of all the negative press by the same organization, you're going to accuse me of somehow buying 2 to 3 favorable articles. That's one of the charges. The other is influencing for a friend who happened to be a political contributor and pointing out, having the finance minister point out that there's a tax advantage transaction that he could do that was legal under Israeli law. Those are the 2 major charges, and so we'll see how the Israeli electorate responds to it. But this has been a tactic to try to take out elected officials through litigation. It happened in the U.S. with Tom DeLay. He actually was convicted. The conviction was overturned by a circuit court, but by then it was too late. DeLay was out of office and out of power. So we'll see what happens here. The election is just around the corner, and we'll see how the Israeli people